Well, good morning. It's Sunday, October 25th. We are making a trek down to Otter Pond. I want to see if I can catch an otter or beaver or muskrat out in the open. I can see it. Chuck and I went down there yesterday to take a look at it, and yeah, something is, well, I've known this for months, all right? Definitely active down there. And I'm going to have Suki sit back while I go down. If she goes and runs ahead, she's going to scare off if there's an animal. Come here. Come. Heel. That's a command that she learned years ago, and she's never forgotten it. Hardly ever need her to heel. So I'm amazed that she remembers. Sit. You stay. Yeah, you stay. Nope. Although he, she, they are keeping it open. Oh, okay. Well, the little bit of powder snow hasn't been. See the water movement? That's me. Yeah. Yeah. When Chuck and I were walking around out here yesterday, he walked behind me. I could feel this really. And that water movement is from me jouncing. That's the technical term. Jouncing. No sign. Then it's something how we can live with clues from our animal companions. She's laying on the love seat, and I came down. I've been working up on the computer for all morning. Had to get out of there. I looked at her and said, "You want to go for a walk?" She winked at me, and I went around and went into the entryway to get my boots on, and I take off my slip-offs. Just the first one drops off my foot and onto the floor. She's instantly up. She recognizes sounds like that. Man, oh man. She's hanging around beside me. And I realized she was panting slightly. And I realized, yep, she needs a bowel movement. She's been doing this for years. And I just now realized to solidly associate her panting. You know, she's been laying and sleeping. No reason to be panting from exertion. She needs a bowel movement. Sure enough, just 30 seconds ago, there she was, kicking her back legs to cover up the evidence, I guess, from other animals. I've read that animals like canines evolved with not being desperately in need of having a bowel movement like us humans do. They hold it and hold it and hold it until they have an opportunity to go out and relieve it. Because there's oftentimes danger from other predators that would keep them in the den until predators have moved off. So it's a genetic thing. Well, I have been saving this morning after I get a good deal of editing work done that I'm going to sit at the puzzle table with my new light overhead and crack open a new jigsaw puzzle and sit there and work it for an hour or two. Let's turn on the new TV and watch a 1940s World War II movie. I can't remember, it's a British film made in 1942. Life and marriage and relationships and family during World War II. And the amazing thing about it is they filmed this when England was only halfway through World War II and they didn't have any idea how it was going to end and when. And it's largely a propaganda film, which in this case I wholly applaud because they were giving strong messages of endurance and not becoming discouraged and doing your utmost best to serve and care about your family and your city or your town or whatever. We'll get through this if we stick together. Wow, it's very well done. The title is something like In Times We Serve, or it's not a war movie at all. Well, it takes place on a ship, some of it, torpedoing and shelling, but it's not a Steven Spielberg type explosions and blood and gore, and very enjoyable. I put my long undies on this morning. I haven't worn long underwear really since I was a kid. I began wearing it every day, I think 2 years ago when I first began living out here. Oh, well, you gotta have it when it's 25 below. And it just becomes part of your everyday costume, attire. Like just now, being out there, I don't really notice the difference until I go out without it and wonder, how did I ever survive winters without long underwear? Being outside, yeah, okay, what am I doing here? 2 nights ago, I woke up at 12:32, laid there for 15 minutes and thought, oh, really? I think I laid there until 1:30 and said, all right, got up, got dressed. Suki got up, arguing with me. What the hell are you doing? It's not time to get up yet. Began to make coffee, because that's what I do first thing in the morning. And that really threw her off, standing behind me like she does when I begin making coffee in the morning, but she was flummoxed. She did wander away to the love seat, not be campaigning to eat, because she knew it was something not right, or she more clearly knew it wasn't time yet. Can you imagine living a life where there's people a mile or two away hurling death at everybody and anybody from afar? I can't imagine living, we live in this country, we think, oh, that would never happen here. Oh boy, look out, as soon as anybody thinks that to themselves, which all of us have thought, living in this country, growing up in this country, for me beginning in the early 50s. Well, that would never happen here. Starvation and hunger, people killing each other on the streets with firearms, people bending a knee and killing black people for no reason. There's a lot of appall about it. But I heard just a couple days ago, Derek Chauvin, he's been released on $1 million bail. The third-degree murder charge against him has been dropped. Second-degree murder charge has not been dropped. Where are we going to end up with this? Reasonable people everywhere would just... He's been witnessed killing this guy in cold blood. Just throw him off a cliff, throw him out of an airplane. We can't have people like that among us. There's no discussion. Yet there seems to be a lot of discussion. We have become a corrupt people. Just the very fact that we would even consider, maybe he's not guilty, maybe he doesn't need to be locked up. Yeah. We finally have a bright and shiny sunny day. Seems like it's been months since we've been able to relish in that. Been on the phone to my good friend John. Longtime friend John. He's sending me some illicit drugs on my request. Yeah. He's a veteran, so he gets all of his medical care from the VA, one of which is albuterol inhalers. And I asked him, in the past, I have to pay over $100 copay for an albuterol inhaler. I don't use it hardly ever, except back in March when I got that heavy-duty chest cold, which I began thinking, by the way, that might have been a COVID-19 infection. I'll leave that aside. I'm at the point where I need another one, and he in the past has offered to send me one. He gets so many by mail that he doesn't use. He doesn't need that many, but the VA has him set up as a auto refill on that prescription. So he accumulates them. So I emailed him and asked if he had an extra one, would he be willing to send it to me? Oh, sure, you bet. Well, he found 2 brand new ones. Cool, okay. He's going to ship them by speedy delivery. That's the name of a company. It's not an adjective. Well, it's also how they do it. So he called this morning. I don't remember why. He said, yeah, I'm going to ship your albuterol inhalers out this morning, going into town to do that. And by the way, I found another one, a third one. Jesus. I said, that's going to last me 10 years. He's very generous, and he wants to help. He's very needy of being able to help others. Bless his heart. Well, yeah, I'm headed for Otter Pond. I want to see again what maybe I can see. She runs up the game trail and then looks back at me like, are we going this way? Yeah, we're going this way, right? So I keep walking this way, and she takes off running that way. Well, I didn't hold Suki back, have her sit, I forgot. Look at the open water patch. I'm not referring to that whole long thing, I'm referring to just right off the bank. Definitely, oh, the warm sun. Definitely being kept open. Hey, By the way, we're headed for 41 degrees on Wednesday. This is Monday. 41 degrees. Isn't it all relative? How 41 degrees is going to be actually heavenly warm compared to what we've had. Highs in the mid-20s. Oh, Jesus. And Chuck and I were out here 2 days ago looking around at the pond and talking about what animal this could be. Lulu was over across on the other side there. And we both looked up, and she was walking across the ice toward us, which we could see easily. The color changed of the ice, and it was very thin, very new, and oh God, no, there's no stopping her. Sure enough, she broke through. Nothing to do about it, except, well, she kept breaking through as she came closer. She had to climb up on the bank to get herself out. Chuck was down here gonna help her. Well, there's nothing really you can do. You could grab her collar, but she wasn't in danger. And she's got poodle in her, so her coat is really well suited to being in cold water. Suki, she so badly wants to go up there. Come on, let's go up there before her. Well, Suki, this is as far as I want to go. And I'm sorry about that, dear girl. Quite satisfying to come out on a bright, sunny day like this. Well, Suki, you're going to have to catch up. Look at the yellow flags all the way through. That was the where the original trail down to Otter Pond was going to go. Way back, just a week or two ago, when it was full summer, and you couldn't even see through here. I can't forget this oak tree. It's waiting for sectioning. Huh. This is the tree that I cut, but it was hung up with this big poplar branch, a widowmaker, leaning on it, and I didn't want to do anything with it. Well, hey, all those winds we had in the fall did a good job for me. Brought it down. Come on, Suki. Deja vu of 3 weeks ago, and I couldn't find her. Well, I'm not gonna whistle, because she ignores that anyway. There she comes. Good girl. I was reading in my Harper's magazine this morning. A little brief article on. There are some who theorize that the COVID virus has come from outer space. And like all theories, it has a sound of possible plausibility to it. And when you get experts in the field, or an expert in the field who has surrounded himself with ideas and examples of and arguments for why that could be a very real possibility, the more he considers the real possibility, the more real possibility it becomes in his mind. That's it for this time. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit the like button. See you next time. Whew.